Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, May 19th, 2021, and we again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. We have 1 hour to go before the market closes. In that last hour of the day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions, in particular in the last few minutes right before the market closes. And I say this because during the day you have the day traders and the algorithms. Those are the computers that are controlling the price during the day. At the end of the day, in that last hour in particular, in the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people. They have the best information, best research, best technology, and they take control of the price away from the algorithms and the day traders in that last hour. And I consider the closing price of the day to be the most valid price to make my buying, selling decisions from. That's why I'm an end of day trader, and that's why I make my decisions based upon where the price is and what levels the price are at the end of the day right before the close. So thank you all for coming, everybody. It's nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I always look forward to this time of the day, and I always look forward to seeing everyone, and I appreciate everyone's input and for supporting the channel. And let's take a look and see what the market's doing if we have to. The Dow Jones is currently down 426 points, down 1.24%. The NASDAQ is now down 97 points, 0.74%, and the S&P is down 43 points, down 1.05%. And it has been a crazy day, everybody. The whipsaw, the movement, it's just been incredible. It's just been incredible. So I hope everyone is staying safe out there, position sizing, adhering to your stops, and following your rules, because that's really the only way to make it in this game called trading. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have 2 day trades today that I will share with you after that. Then we are going to go over the board. We are going to take a look at all the positions that my students have up there. And I see some red and some green. It's kind of a mixed bag, but not as bad as you would think with the market being down like it is. After that, we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about trader psychology, maybe some good trading words of wisdom. You know, I say this every day, everybody, but I really sincerely mean it from the bottom of my heart. You have to learn how to trade. You have to identify support resistance levels, learn about indicators, learn about triggers, emergency stops, all that kind of stuff. You really do. But really, the most important part is being able to follow your plan, whatever plan you come up with. You do not have to have the most sophisticated plan in the world. You can keep it simple, right? There are many very simple trading approaches that work just fine, have an edge over the long run. The problem is people get in there and they fiddle with it. They mess with it, they get off track, and usually they do that because they have too large of a position. Their emotions get amplified. Either the losses get them off of their plan, the gains get them off of their plan. You have to find that sweet spot, everyone, where you're in control of yourself, you're in control of your emotions. It's enough of a position to make a difference so that you can have some kind of potential profit for the year, but it also can't be too large to where it will get you off of your game and make you break your plan. So, you know, it's a delicate, fine level to find in your mind where that is. But if you're not there yet, keep working on it. But as soon as you start finding yourself following your plan, you've probably got the right number, the right percentage. All right, so we're going to talk about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through my watch list today. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements, as you know, before I make any trade. The first requirement is I have to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. It's very important. Number 2, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio. Super important, everyone. You have to be able to make at least 2 times or more to the upside compared to what you're willing to lose on the downside, based upon strong support below you and based upon strong and likely resistance above you. And then number 3, always, you have to have a complete plan, everybody. You cannot just go, oh, I think I'll get in here. That is not a plan. Let me break it what a plan is. 1, you have to identify and calculate what the current volatility of the market is. From that, you have to identify what your maximum allowed loss is going to be. You then have to factor in what the volatility is into your maximum loss. That will tell you the correct amount of shares to buy. Then you have to have an end of day stop. Then you have to have an emergency stop. If you take profit targets in the middle of the day like I do, you have to know where those are, identify those and know where those are. You have to know where major overhead resistance levels are going to be, and you have to have a trailing stop methodology in place so that you do not give back all your profits if you have a nice profitable trade. So that is what a plan is. Another part of a plan: do not have too many correlated positions. It's very important. Spread your risk around healthcare, defense, tech, tobacco, whatever. Get outside of equities. Go to bonds, gold, silver, oil, dollar. It's very important for me to be well diversified, not only on the type of industry I'm in, but the time frame I'm in and the type of strategy that I'm using. Okay, so with all that said, I do have some potential end of day trades. We will look at those. I'll go through each one, go through them with a fine-tooth comb. I'll try to identify the very best one at the end of the day, and if I find something, I will purchase it before the close of the market. Okay, after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please just let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. If you need clarification on anything, let me know. Happy to clarify. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to take a look at before the close of the day, go ahead, put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my very best to get to it before the close. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the close of the day so that I'm done teaching, I am done trading, and the pressure is off, and we'll spend as much time as we need. Okay, sound like a deal? All right, everybody, hang tight. I'm gonna run that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, well, let us see who is here today. Lava is here. Lava, it's good to see you as always, my friend. Appreciate you being here, and hope you have having a good day. Dan is also here. Hello, Dan. Hi, Greg and Gossett Familia. Nice to see you, Dan. Thank you. It's nice to think of this as my family. Tracy Peterson. Hey, Trace, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope Paxton is doing well if he's there with you. I hope I answered your question there with that message you just sent me. Kamal is here. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Kamal. A couple good trades for Kamal that we're going to go over today as well. And also, as always, Kamal, of course, thank you for your friendship. Steve Burns is here. Thank you, Steve, for being here. I always appreciate it. I know everyone else does. It's always an honor. And thank you so much, Steve, for everything that you contribute to this channel. It's very kind of you. Steve says, hello, traders. I exited SPCE this morning for a loss, still holding all other positions. Okay, so you're out of SPCE. All right, we will take that off then. And we'll take that off right there and then. Okay. Steve says, today's crypto moves were one for the ages. Yes, I know. They were epic, I would say would be the correct word for that. We did go down. We tested that 200-day moving average on the futures. I will show you that chart. But yeah, unbelievable. Tony is here. Hi, good to see you, Tony. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. If there's anything I can help you with today, sir, let me know. Lilia is here. Nice to see you, Lilia. Hope you are doing well. Hope the dogs are doing well. Please tell them hello for me. Lova says GPN, rejection of 200 SMA, 30 RSI, negative third ATR channel. This also happened on January 28th and an uptrend started within 2 days. Also, the 2 highest volume days this month have green bars weekly at -1 support. All right, well, let's take a look at that then. That all sounds pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Let me close this door real quick. Sorry. Yep, this is a good example, everybody, of, if something rejected the 200-day, look back and see if it rejected the 200-day before. It did. That is a good sign. That is a good sign. 32.21 RSI. Probably the 30 RSI dovetails right about the 200. Yeah, that's a great confluence right there. That's that, and rejected the negative third ATR channel. That is excellent. And holding the -1 ATR channel. Wonderful analysis, Leva. Proud of you. I'm going to put that on the potentials because that definitely is worth looking at. Way to go. Does everyone realize how good Leva has got with his analysis? I mean, he breaks it down in the live stream. It's wonderful. Leva also wants to look at match. Ooh, last time we had match, it was a bad date. Remember that? That's what Frank said, by the way. False breakout to the downside. V1, rejection of the 200-day moving average. 43 RSI. Let's look at the weekly. Holding the -1 ATR channel. Lova says, I love match better because it's rare chart that represents both of your main stock trade values. It's a deep dip buy and a return to value V1. I don't see the return to value, but there are a lot of confluences here for sure. Let's take a look at GPN again. I think I like GPN better, to be honest with you, just because you have support of the 30 and the 200-day moving average below. GPN, is it a no, sorry, match. Let's try match again. It has the -1 ATR channel above. GPN, I think from an ATR standpoint, has more room to move. If I only knew, right? But all I can do is run these little pluses and minuses in my head. I like global payments better. That's my honest answer. Frank is here. Good afternoon, Frank. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Of course, we all love your poems. You are the master. Miko, good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Hello, Miko. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Gary, good to see you, my friend. Hope everyone is doing well with your family, especially your son. Jonathan is here. Hello, Jonathan. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a nice evening there in Ireland. Dan said recently on my local mainstream news, a story about people who were scammed out of Bitcoin via SIM card swap. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me, unfortunately. Tracy said, I had to get out of CNI for a loss. All right. Remind me at the end there, Tracy. Okay, if you don't mind. I still have CNI at the moment. Johnson is here. Good to see you. Glenn, hey, buddy. Good to see you. Hi, Greg. Not traded since ends of April with tech showing weakness. Looking for a 10% pullback this summer. Will sit on my hands for now. that is always a good place to be, is on your hands, especially in this kind of market. Glenn is a great trader. I can tell from all the times we've been together on the podcast. That makes sense. Ava, nice to see you, Ava. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Always appreciate you being here, Ava, and I hope you're doing well. Steve says KMX bounced near the 30 RSI intraday today. All right, let's put that on the... let's put that on there. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, before we get to Frank's poems, let's go through the positions, as ugly as that's going to be. Here we go. On the weekly, Gary and I bought AGQ, double leverage silver, return to value on the weekly bars, V2, false breakout the downside, under 50, over 50, went above 50 RSI, below I had to sell half. Glad I kept the other half because it moved up nicely. Did hit a profit target this week at 54.06. It is up 1.32% so far this week, and this trade from entry to current price is up 15.46%. CCI. All right, so Lilia and I bought CCI, Crown Castle International. Looked like a good setup, higher low V1, 520 crossover, but we ran into a monster today. My stop is halfway the washout bar. It is certainly below that now. It is down 1.67%, so I will be exiting this today, barring some miracle at the close. CNI. Miko, Gary, Tracy, and Paxton took a half. Kamal and myself did buy Canadian National Railway, CNI, double bottom, bullish divergence, V1, false breakouts to the downside, close back over the 200. All of that still was not able to put Humpty Dumpty back together with this particular trade. But that's how it goes. No matter how good your setup is, of course, it can always go against you, everyone. I bought this at 108.53. Did hit at least one profit target yesterday. I will be getting out of this today, taking a loss with a close below the 200-day moving average. PKI is up today. Glad for that. David and I took PKI with a trigger of a fractal, higher low V1, bullish engulfing bar, 520 crossover, bought it at 141.02. It's 142.29. So it is up on the day, which is fantastic, and it is up on the trade. UNG monthly trade. David, Paxton, Tracy, and I took it at 10.52. It's 10.69. It is up 1.71% so far on this monthly trade. Twitter. Okay, Miko, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, Kamal, and I did buy Twitter with a close over the 200-day moving average at 52.58. It's 52.70. Yesterday, we had a nice big up move. I did hit two profit targets. My end of day stop here is a close below the 200-day moving average. The 200 is at 52.61. We're at 52.71. So you know my rules. If it closes over the 200, I will go ahead and just keep it. If it closes under, I will just get out. Amazon. All right. Tracy, David, Jonathan, and I did buy Amazon with a close over the 200-day. We bought 32.26.91. Moved up nicely, hit a bunch of profit targets. That's the good news. Down only 0.46% today, so not bad, and it is holding the 200-day moving average, which is my end of day stop. All right, so I'm going to show you day trades and then clean up the charts, and we'll get back to the swing trades. But I did take a trade on SPY on the 5-minute bar earlier today. Right here, V1, double bottom, bullish divergence. I bought this here at 406.34. 2 bars later, I sold half, 407.70. Had another big up bar, sold half, 407.76. Had another big up bar here, 408.26. That was enough for me. So in at 406.34, out at 406.56, out at 407.20, and out at 408.26. So that one was good. And then we'll go to the daily. Got hammered on the overnight SPY trade. Oh, now I erased everything. But anyway, I bought it yesterday at about 411.93, sold this morning at 406.95 on the big gap down. So, that's the thing. You take the risk over time. The overnight SPY trade has returned nicely, but that is one of the risks, is that you take the overnight risk, and so got hammered there at the end of the day. We'll be buying this again today at the close. Apple, I had an intraday trade on Apple earlier in the morning, under 30, over 30. I bought at 123.60, kind of moved around, didn't do much, didn't go high enough for me to sell. I did get a nice move up here. I sold half at 123.92. Then it came back to my entry point. I decided just to go ahead and get out. So I got in at 123.60, out at 123.92 on half, and then the other half I sold for scratch on a break-even trade. Okay, then let's go to our daily. I did buy Apple with this deep dip buy here, rejection of the 200-day moving average at 122.60, moved up nicely, hit profit targets along the way. Yesterday, it moved 1.5 ATRs for my entry, closed below the previous day's low, so I sold half yesterday at the close, which at least I'm glad I did now, because we are down 75 cents, down 0.59%. My end of day stop is the 200-day moving average. It is still holding. So those are my trades. Kind of an ugly day here. Grateful for the day trades, and grateful that PKI is up today. Better than nothing, right? Okay. Let me take care of a little biz here for a minute. All right. Just give me a sec, everybody. Let me do a little math here. Okay. That is that. All right. Let's take a look and see about Frank's poem. This is going to be good because you know it's going to be good because it's from Frank. Let me paste this on in here, everyone. All right, here we go. The market is a mountain you must understand, made of wealth that's majestic and in full command. Ooh, this is good already. But as you approach it with a small open hand, it first wants to know how much pain you can withstand. Well, I heard the word pain and market, and I knew I was in the right spot. Those two go hand in hand a lot. That's a fantastic poem, Frank. Let me read it again. The market is a mountain you must understand, made of wealth that's majestic and in full command. But as you approach it with a small open hand, it first wants to know how much pain you can withstand. Let's give a hand to Frank, can we? Can we give just a round of applause? What a beautiful poem, Frank. Thank you. I don't know how you do it every day. You are the master. George is here. George, nice to see you. Your course in Udemy is great. I already suggested it to a lot of friends. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate it. I'm proud of that course. I worked really hard to put that together and to make it, hopefully understandable, very step by step. So thank you, George, for the kind words, and thank you for suggesting it to your other friends. And if you ever have any questions about it, please let me know. Dan gives a clap sign for Frank's poems, 100%. Steve says, crazy, my pins, Sony, and RBLX were all green at one point today with the Dow Jones down 400 points. So good relative strength. Well, what do we have over here? We have Sony is still positive. Thanks, Dan. Keeping my hands in my pocket. Monsters. Hey, Yavar. Good to see you. Monster. Yes, holding 200. That's on the list for today. All right, let's take a look, everybody. See how everyone's trades are doing. Get away from my trades for a while. Kamal had a day trade on Boeing. Beautiful day trade. 221.10, everybody. It's 224.12. Congratulations, Kamal. That is nice. Airbnb. Kamal also bought Airbnb yesterday at 134.90. It is currently 137.06. It's up 1.5% today on a down day. Great relative strength. So up on the day, up on the trade. Speaking of Steve bought Sony yesterday with the move over the 200-day moving average in the negative third ATR channel. He bought it at 95.19. It's currently 95.12. So it is up on the day, but just a little slightly down on the trade. Shopify. Kamal is the Shopify master. Everybody knows it. You cannot deny it. Kamal bought Shopify 2 days ago at 1078. It is currently 1165.87, up 2.87% just today, everybody. And Kamal is looking at a 7.49% gain on Shopify on this trade. Uber, Tracy and Paxton, and Gary. Gary bought half at 48.20. It's 49.39 with a close over the 200-day moving average. Tracy and Paxton bought it also at 47.40. It's 49.38. Everyone's up on the trade, up on the day, up on the trade. It's great. DT. All right, Tracy and Paxton. Nice intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average at 44.50. It's 46.83. It is down 2.64%, but it is up on the trade, and that is what is most important. IBB. Steve bought IBB with the close under, close over the 200-day moving average. You bought it at 149.59. It is down today, 148.79. So it's down today, and it is down slightly down on the trade as well. Nike. Steve bought Nike on the 17th of May at 136.28. It's currently 132.55. He bought it with a 1050 EMA cross. So this one is down on the day, and this is also down on the trade. PCAR. David bought PCAR. Nice setup, return to value, false breakout to the downside. V1 bullish engulfing bar, 94.51. It's 91.08. It is down 3.78% so far on the week, and it looks like it is right now at least below halfway of the washout bar there. IONS. Tracy and Paxton bought IONS at 37.34. Had a few days of profitability, but now it has come back. Looks like it's going to be closing under the 200-day moving average as well. Pins. All right, Steve, this is green today. Steve bought pins at 58.01. It is currently 58.52. So this one is bucking the trend. It is up on the day, and it is up on the trade. Congratulations. RBLX. Steve bought with the 520 crossover. I don't have that on my chart here, but he bought it 75.93. It's currently 75.25. So it is up on the day, but a little down on the trade. And ELY. This has been a great trade by Frank. Bought this all the way back here. Nice sideways motion in the consolidation. 27.75. Sold, moved up beautifully. Sold half here. It's a little precautionary measure. This is a little down on the day, but from entry to current price, this is up about 18.9%. So way to go. Nice trades. Really nice trade there, Frank. Steve says, I'm deleting SPCE, MSTR, Tesla, and Mara from my watch list as they are all just too volatile for my style of swing trading. Okay, nothing wrong with updating your watch list for sure. Vinicius. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Apologize if I didn't. Hi, Greg. Thanks for everything you do for the trading community. Quick question. What is the V1, V2 I hear you often mentioning? Okay, well, that's a good question. Let me see if I can get a link for you. It's probably the most watched link of any of my lessons. V1s, V2s are a very, very important part of my trading. They are triggers. They tell me when to get into a trade. Let me send you this link right here. It's totally free. It's YouTube, and it will explain exactly what a V1 or a V2 is. So I hope that helps. As we go through here today, I'll try to point one out, or maybe at the end of the day, after the markets close when I have more time. But at the very least, there's the link, and that will show you exactly what they are about. But they're triggers that they tell me to get into a trade. So hope that helps, and I'll try to go over that a little bit here, maybe when the market closes. Frank says, I believe the translation for Bitcoin in Chinese is roughly called, you call that money? It's good, Frank. Yavar says, Steve, how many stocks are on your watch list? Steve says about 50. Yavar says SWKS bouncing at the 200. Yes, that is on my list. Steve says Snow currently has a 520 crossover on its chart. So let's put Snow down in the list. All right. Yes, I see the crossover. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Vinny. All right, that makes it easier, Vinny. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so listen, before we start looking at what we're going to look at here for an end-of-day trade, looking for the 3 requirements, right? Confluence, combination, indicators lining up on multiple time frames, good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. And then number 3, having a complete trading plan, adjusting for volatility, position sizing correctly, emergency stop, end-of-day stop, intraday profit targets, major overhead resistance level, and a trailing stop methodology, right? That's what a whole plan's about. Before we do that, let's turn our attention, talk a little bit, get away from the charts. Let's talk about trading psychology. This is from Trading Composure on Twitter. You've heard me talk about Trading Composure for years. He's at Trading Composure. Go and support his channel. He has a lot of support on his channel. He doesn't really need your support, but what I think you need are the things that he says in his post, because they are spot on. They're always very helpful. I always read them, and that's why I post a lot from Trading Composure, because they're always helpful to me, and that's why I want to pass them along, because I hope they will be helpful for you. All right, let's see what Trading Composure has to say. Your job is to be here tomorrow and the day after, and so on. This means 3 things. Number 1, discipline. Number 2, patience, my favorite Guns N' Roses song. And number 3, capital preservation. Okay, you've heard me talk about this in the past, but I really mean it, everybody. If you want to get good at playing guitar, you have to play the guitar a lot. If you want to get good at throwing a fastball, you have to throw fastballs and pitch a lot. If you want to get good at the violin, you got it, right? If you want to get good at trading, everyone, you have to do it for a long time to get the nuances and calibrate your emotions. But people come into the market, they position size too large, they get into a downtrend, it blows up their account, they cannot trade anymore because, I don't know if you know this, you have to have money to trade, and then if you can't trade anymore, you don't get the experience and the repetition of trading. If you're practicing guitar and I come and take your guitar away, well, you're probably not going to be able to practice very well, and you're not going to become a very good guitar player. It's the same with the market, everybody. And what Trading Composure is saying here is true. You have to do it every day, because then you're going to get repetitions, you're going to get practice, you're going to get better. But if you lose all your money, you are not going to be a good trader. So your job is to be here tomorrow, right? It's consistency. Stay in the game, position size conservatively, work out the kinks, work out the bugs, but stay around, stay in the game. And how do you stay in the game? You have to have discipline, following your plan. You have to be very patient, wait for the correct setups. And most important, really, to me, most important is the capital preservation and the position sizing correctly. So your job is to be here tomorrow and the day after, and so on. This means 3 things: discipline, patience, capital preservation. Why don't you print this out, Paste it right on your computer, paste it on your forehead even. That way you can read it while you're brushing your teeth, right? But, I'm joking, but I'm kind of not. I'm not all for tattoos, but if I got one, it would probably say discipline, patience, and capital preservations. Nothing wrong with tattoos, just a personal choice. I know lots of people that have tattoos don't want that to come across as wrong, but for me, no. But, if you like tattoos, get that tattooed, because those are the most important thing. Discipline, patience, and capital preservation, and staying in the game. Thank you, Trading Composure. That's an excellent post. It was great for me, helpful for me. I hope it's helpful for you as well. Steve says, 2 basic rules. If you don't bet, you cannot win. If you lose all your chips, you cannot bet. By Larry Height. Perfect, Steve. That's right. If you don't place trades, you're never going to win anything. But if you lose all your chips, you lose all your money, then you're done trading. You cannot bet. And most importantly, you're not going to start developing the skill that you need from the repetition of trading. Okay. Let's check over here, see how things are going. Okay. Dow is down 280. Nasdaq's coming back, down 47 points. S&P down 27. Wow, what a day. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, everybody. Any of you Bitcoiners out there, look what happened. Anybody surprised? Anybody surprised we went to the 200-day moving average on the BTC futures? Look at that. As advertised, you heard me say it yesterday, I would be interested in buying Bitcoin if it goes below the 200 or bounces the 200 or close under the 200, close over the 200. Now, the timing on these futures are different. Where I trade is Binance. The end of the bar is at 6 p.m. So I cannot trade Bitcoin until 6 p.m. That's the close of the bar. If you're trading U.S. futures on Bitcoin, okay. Would I buy this here? Probably not. How come? Anybody know? Lova knows, because it's not a great risk to reward ratio anymore. And we are getting stuck right below that negative third ATR channel as resistance above. So down 10.6%. How much was this down earlier? This is unreal, everybody. It was down almost 30%. Wow. That means Bitcoin lost on these futures from the high over here to the low there. It lost 54% of its value. Good times. If any of you have Bitcoin and went through that, I am not laughing at you. I am empathizing with you. I've been there, my friends. But just let this be a lesson. It's all about position sizing and levels. This is about the only place that I would be interested in buying Bitcoin right here, right now. But I'm not going to, because it has already bounced so far up. And it's not a good risk to reward ratio. Is it a valid signal? Yes, it is. Is it a good risk to reward ratio? No, it's not. All right, Airbnb. Kamal already has this from yesterday at 134.90. It's up nicely today. I actually like this signal today even better than yesterday's Kamal, actually, because it's a false breakout to the downside and a V1 and a close back up into the value zone. It's getting stuck right there at the 5 EMA, and it also went under 30, over 30. It's a pretty good setup. All right, that's Airbnb. Oh, why don't I have that? Airbnb. Okay, so Airbnb does make sense. Under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, V1. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly, It's not quite at that -1 ATR channel, but it's okay. SWKS. False breakout to the downside. V1. Bounce at the 200-day moving average. Rejection of the -3rd ATR channel. It's also up today, 1.69% on a down day. Let's go over to the weeklies. Weekly I like a lot. Look, we found support at the -1 ATR channel 2 weeks in a row. That's how I use multiple time frames. Now, is this a good risk to reward? Not great. 3.7% down to the 200-day moving average. That's the best case scenario. It could go lower than that. So it's okay. It is okay. But I'm not crazy about the risk to reward here. MSTR, micro strategies. This is Bitcoin. Let me tell you a little something about Bitcoin right now. So, the reason you saw the big dump in Bitcoin today is because a lot of people had their positions liquidated. They got margin calls, forced selling. In my experience in 25 years, whenever there's forced selling, that generally is a good time to buy because people have no control over it. Their brokers just sell it because they can't meet their margin calls and they get required. So it's forced selling. So with that being said, I kind of like MicroStrategies. MicroStrategies is a US company that has a lot of Bitcoin, so it's very correlated to Bitcoin. This is an under 30, over 30. This is an under 200, over 200 with a pretty good risk to reward ratio. So I do like Monster, and with the caveat, one of the real reasons I like it, doesn't mean it's going to work. Please keep that in mind, is that the forced selling has happened. And just my experience, when there's forced selling, it generally is a good buying opportunity as long as you have a good setup. And this is a good setup. This is an under 30, over 30, under 200, over 200. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's not quite to the 50 SMA, not quite holding the 50 EMA. It's okay. It's kind of in purgatory here. But I do kind of like MicroStrategy here, actually. I do. Tons of volume, too. FVRR. Nice little close above the 200-day moving average. Not a V1 yet. Vinny, a V1 is, and when you have two bars, you have one bar with the low. The next day, which is bar 2, goes below bar 1 and then has to close above bar 1's close. So it's close to triggering. It's not there yet. What I'm most interested in is this rejection of the intraday rejection of the 250, good risk to reward ratio. The only thing I don't like about this is that we were above and below and above. So it's kind of lost respect for the 250-day moving average. It's still a good risk to reward ratio, especially, how are we doing on time? Okay, not bad. Where did we get intraday? We got down to the 30s, the low 30s, excuse me. I don't like that it's not respecting the 250-day. So Intel, this is a V1, Vinny. Here we have day 1, day 2 washes out or goes below day 1, closing above day 1's close. That is a V1. Also a close back over the 200-day moving average. It is up on a down day, which is good. Let's look at the weekly, holding support at the 50. So yes, that makes sense to me. Hawaiian Airlines, boy, there have been some big trades on Hawaiian Airlines. I know Gary and Johan, they took but they took a 520 crossover that just turned into a monster. And we have a 520 crossover again today. MACD is positive. We rejected the 50, which I'm not too thrilled about that. So I'm not going to take that, but you do have a 520 crossover there. CLNE, nice little bounce off the 200-day moving average. Nice little intraday rejection of the 30 RSI. Close over the -3rd ATR channel. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's holding at the 50 EMA. It's okay. I'm just not thrilled about buying a $7.87 stock, but as far as the chart setup, it's pretty good. GPN, Global Payments, that's the one Lava told us about. It did respect the 200-day last time, which is good. Nice bounce of the 200-day moving average. Upward sloping, also under 30, over 30. That looks good as well. Match, also from Lava, false breakout to the downside. This is definitely a V1. Here's the low of day one. Day two goes below day one. Low, closing above day one's close. We do have the 1 ATR channel above as resistance on the weekly, as Lava pointed out, rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel. What do we have? A 44.35 RSI. So we'll put that one over in the potential category. KMX, all right. Steve mentioned KMX had an under 30, over 30. Let's take a look. It bounced at about 30.96. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's holding the negative 1 ATR channel, so that's good. So that one could be a potential as well. And then Snow has a 520 crossover, which is a valid, let's see, 216.33, 215.83. So yes, that does make sense. Just for me though, the way that I trade, there's too much of a move for me to get involved here. I would much rather have had that sideways motion and then the crossover, but this is a real V formation. So to me, it looks chasey, so I'm gonna let that one go. So I do like Monster, the under 200, over 200, under 30, over 30, in conjunction with the false or the forced selling of the on Bitcoin. Airbnb is also good. Intel, no. GPN, I think the risk reward's a little skewed. Match is also good. I'm going to go with MSTR. That's going to be my one. Because remember, I have Amazon, I have Apple, I have all sorts of stuff, right? I always get those ones confused. MSTR. MSTR. Let's try it one more time, Greg. Okay. All right, so before I start looking at a potential new trade, I have to take a look and see what's going on with my current positions. Okay, CCI, I'm just getting rid of, right? It's closing below halfway the washout bar. Let me just get that off my mind. That's gone. CNI, closing below the 200-day moving average, 1.95% loss. I've got to get rid of that as well and clear the boards there. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Just making some room here. All right, so I'm out of CCI, I'm out of CNI, and most importantly, before I add any new positions, I have to deal with the ones I have right now. The ones that were a little tenuous were Twitter. Twitter's 52.61, it's 52.69. If it were to close here right now, I have to exit Twitter. Amazon looks like it's holding over the 200, so I will be keeping Amazon as long as it closes over the 200. SPY, of course, I'm buying the overnight SPY trade here at the close. Apple does look like it's going to close over the 200-day moving average, so I will keep that. And MSTR, That looks to be my new trade today, MSTR, with this under 30, over 30 intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Kamal says, apparently MSTR has 92,000 Bitcoins. Kamal says, there is no company stuff going on here. This is just another bet on Bitcoin. Yep. Yep. It's essentially a proxy for Bitcoin, for sure. So again, everybody, what I have to keep my eye on is Twitter. Can it close above the 200? It is now by 2 cents. If it closes under, I am out, basically for a break-even trade. Amazon currently looks like it's holding above the 200, so I will be a keeper of Amazon. Apple does look like it's closing over the 200, so I'll be a keeper of Apple if that's the case. And then MSTR, I will buy MSTR. All right, I'm going to grab a drink real quick, everybody. Okay. So I'm just going to hang out here and see what happens at the end of the day. It'd be nice if we rallied. Steve said that he is long SNOW at 227.65 after the 520 EMA crossover. Okay, good, Steve. I'll get those all updated. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and buy Monster. Not right this second, but in a minute. About 4 minutes to go. Oh, we have an interlude. Sweet, a joke interlude. Oh, please make that a regular part, Frank. I love jokes. New restaurant called Karma. It has no menu, but you do get what you deserve. Nice. New restaurant called Karma. It has no menu, but you do get what you deserve. That's awesome, Frank. Nice one. The decor is mirrors. Oh, snap. Yup. There you go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy Monster here. Or Micro Strategies. I'm so sorry. I'm used to Monster Energy. You know what I was talking about, right? All right, so I'm done there. Twitter, we good? Everything good, Twitter? Hanging in there? Excellent. Two minutes to go. Okay. And it looks like my trading platform froze up. That's all right. All right. I have to reboot that one. Sorry. All right. All right, so the market's closed. Sorry, I have to log back in. So as soon as I get logged back in, let me see where I got everything. I have everything I need. Yes, and yes, I do. And okay, there we go there. And there. All right, so I got filled on the overnight SPY trade at 410.86, and I got filled on MSTR at 454.92. So MSTR, I got filled at 454.92. 454.92. And then my SPY, I got filled at 410.86 for the overnight SPY trade. All right, there we go. So listen, if any of my students have any new intraday or any new end of day entries or exits they would like me to put on board, go ahead, put it in the live stream now, and I will get them updated. Just real quick, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a great course, 15 hours. It's one-on-one, just you and I will do my very best and work super hard to teach you all of my 5 trading approaches step by step so that you know how to use them. It's an intensive course, but listen, if you want to be good at something, in my opinion, you need a coach. The best way to do it is one-on-one, and you need a patient coach like myself. And like I said, I will teach you all 5 different trading approaches. I use them in all sorts of different markets. I have done this for years. I have turned out some really good students. So if you are interested, the price is $1,750, but in my opinion, it is worth every single penny because the attention you get, the experience that's going to be bestowed upon you, and you know, the simulation trades that we do. We spend a lot of time doing simulation trades where I teach you the process, then and when you're done, you will know where to get in, where to get out, how to position size, emergency stops, end of day stops, overhead resistance levels. I will not let you go until I know you're ready. Really, that's how I view my teaching. So if you're interested, send me an email. The email is in the description of this video. In the subject, just say, hey, Greg, I'm possibly interested in taking your course. I'll reply and say, great. Thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free, everybody. I just want to know more about you and your trading, your challenges, your goals, what you're trying to achieve by taking the course. And it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And then when we're done, think it over for as long as you want. And if you decide, hey, I want to do this with Greg, just email me back and we will get going. All right. Number 2, I do have a new online course on udemy.com. It's very affordable. It's only $12 or $15. I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. The link is in the description. It's a great course. It's 9.5 hours, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. And you will build yourself a good trading foundation if you take that course. And of course, if you have any questions during that, you know where to find me. I'm here during the last hour of the market. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help to build the channel, keep the channel around, and let YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So if you found anything valuable today, all I would ask is that you just take a half a second, click that little thumbs up button before you get out of here, and I will be eternally grateful. All right. Let's see. Steve bought snow. $227.65. Oh, good entry, Steve. And he bought that with the 520 crossover. Way to go. We already took you out of SPCE. I love that joke. Kamal says Twitter is surviving. Airbnb is surviving. Closing well, excuse me. Steve is also long DoorDash. Okay. Let's put a little DoorDash on there. For Steve, is that the 520 crossover there as well, Steve? Where'd you get in? 139.80. Good price. Kamal says the Qs have a V1. Yes, they do. Kamal says ABNB and BA, you have both. Yep, got them. Kamal says I'm heading out to get my second shot. Have a great day, everyone. You too as well, Kamal. Lily says good luck, Kamal. Take it easy tomorrow. Sounds good. Like good advice, Lilia. Thank you. Gary is in micro strategies. Tracy is out of CNI. Well, at least it was just a half position, Trace. INOS. Yeah. And in Monster. Why am I saying Monster? MicroStrategy. Sorry, everybody. I've been conditioned by Monster Energy drink symbol for too long. Lilia is also in MSTR. And out of CCI. Yeah, that was a bummer. I would have taken that trade again, though. No trades for David. Gary's out of CNI. Miko is out of CNI. So I've got Kamal and CNI still. Is that correct, Kamal? Well, the board is growing. The board is definitely growing, everyone. Right. If anyone has any other trades, let me know. In the meantime, I just want to read this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. Martin sounds like a smart guy. Why don't we do that? Just one random act of kindness daily, just to another human being and to another animal, if you can fit that in as well, would be really nice. It would make their day. It would make your day. It's a win-win. And it really would make this world a better place. So why don't we just start getting in the habit of doing that? And maybe one day when you need it, someone will be there and do an act of kindness for you as well. All right, let's see what's going on after hours. Anything interesting? Apple's down 19 cents. Amazon's down 36 cents. MSTR is up $2. Sweet. What's the SPY doing? 51 cents down, down, down. and Twitter 7 cents down. Wow. What a day, everybody. What a day. All right. Well, Twitter survived. Amazon survived. Apple survived. And the only trade I took today was MSTR. And that's that. That's that. So nice comeback. Grateful for that as always. And I do still have Kamal here in CNI. All right. Anyone else have any other comments, questions, observations? A, B, and B. And Boeing. Yeah. Okay. Got that one, Kamal, for sure. All right. Well, listen, if you wouldn't mind, if you could hit the thumbs up button on the way out of here, I would appreciate it. I hope you have a really good rest of your day. Go outside and get some fresh air. And I hope to see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday, during the last hour of the market. So take care, everyone. Again, really appreciate you being here. And hopefully see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.